Little Mac was recently confirmed as the newcomer for Super Smash Bros. 4, and I like Super Smash Bros. 4. So I've brought my friend dragstartMVP, also known as Sean.
I'm a colleague.
Here, and we're going to talk about the trailer, I guess. So, with that said, let's talk about the trailer thing, because trailers are awesome. So, are you surprised at all, Sean, that Little Mac actually made it in as a character?
You know, I'm really not. There's a lot of requests for it, and I'm sure they got a ton of emails and whatever and such for getting him in there, and they followed through on it. I'm not really surprised, no. I'm not. Were you?
Well, I mean, I didn't think it was completely out of the question, but I honestly didn't think it was the most plausible thing to happen. Like, I didn't think... I don't really know how to say this, like... I'm not... It's not like Wii Fit Trainer, like, holy crap, where the heck did this come from? But it's like... Because I've seen a lot of requests for him as well, but it's like...
It's just kind of out there. It's weird.
Yeah. So, do you think that he looks like do you think he has a good moveset and stuff?
Well, looking at it, he seems like probably the strongest, or not the strongest necessarily, but the most effective physical character that we've seen so far. Like, very fast, powerful. He seems like he's really gonna overpower everyone if he gets in close.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to have any ranged attacks, which makes sense, being, you know, a boxer. But he does, like, dash around and stuff. Like, his running appears to be really fast.
Yeah, he's probably going to be one of the more agile and fast characters. A problem that I noticed with him was that in the trailer it shows his recovery move, which is like a kind of energy uppercut type thing. And it doesn't seem to go that far. It only seems to make him travel straight upwards and not very far at all. So I think that's going to be one of his weaker points. Yeah, because being Little Mac, being little, he's probably going to like be easier to launch than other characters. Yeah.
And being a boxer, he just seems like a person that would kind of like fall quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He kind of seems like he's going to fit in with the Star Fox crew a little bit.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't like playing as Fox or Falco, because they fell so freaking quickly.
Yeah, I know.
What about his final smash?
His final smash, like, when I first saw it, I didn't recognize it because I haven't played Punch-Out.
No, neither have I.
Apparently it is called Giga Mac, as many people have called it, so... but it looks pretty powerful, it looks pretty derpy too, but it seems it's gonna be along those lines of Giga Bowser.
Yeah, and it shares the same prefix to it as well.
Yeah.
But it does look pretty derpy, I have to say. It's kind of like a Hulk, but not green.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something about the transformation final smashes. Like, I wonder if this is going to be the ones that actually give you, like, a completely new moveset, or is it just going to be kind of like Supersonic, where you just... Because it does kind of look like he's walking around like he has a full moveset. It's you know, he probably just has the same moveset, but a little bit stronger, kind of like Giga Bowser now that I think about it, but...
I feel like his moveset is going to be pretty much the same, but they kind of changed the look of it to make it look a little bit more menacing and just big, for a lack of a better word.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to call him an interesting character, but he's probably one of the characters that doesn't have like a ranged method of attack.
No.
Which makes him sort of a interesting character. And speaking of interesting, the charge up meter by like his percentage, that's never been done for like a character before. Like, it's kind of special.
It's completely new.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that they're kind of playing around with stuff like that, because we've never really seen that before in a Smash game.
And I'm looking at the trailer here, and I'm looking at it. I'm just waiting for it to come out. Great, now I need to find it.
Well done.
Cut this out.
Okay.
So yeah, he seems to charge up his little KO meter, and when he lets it go, when it says KO, he seems to kind of unleash an uppercut that seems like it's really gonna take out different characters.
Well, it does say KO on it, so I wonder, is it just gonna be really strong, or is that gonna be like a for sure KO? Like
kind of like the home run bat?
Yeah, like, which was actually recently confirmed.
Yeah, it was.
And it's got a new design as well, but...
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like, I wonder, is that, like, for sure KO, or is it just strong?
I feel like it's just gonna be a strong attack.
Yeah, because... Well, I guess charging it up does leave you open, since you can't move while charging. You know, you could probably just grab him. And speaking of not being able to move, it appears that he doesn't flinch when he's, like, charging a smash attack.
Yeah, that seems like he's got a lot of weird abilities, like that,
Yeah.
the charge up and the not being knocked back, but he also, in one clip, when he runs, he's dodging projectiles, Mario's fireballs. So, I wonder if that's like always a thing, or is that just a special ability that is sometimes there, sometimes not when you press a button? I don't know.
It kind of looks like the fireballs are bouncing over him, though. In that
Does
clip.
it?
Yeah. Like, at first I thought, like, whoa, does he dodge when he runs or something? But and now that I look at it, it actually kind of looks like he kind of, like, runs hunched over, so, like, some attacks pass over him, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a special ability in all its own, but...
When he was, there was one very short clip where he's fighting against Mega Man, and Mega Man fires his full charged shot, and when he's running, he does what appears to be just his normal dash attack. He does a very small leap, and he doesn't appear to jump completely over the charge shot. He appears to go almost through it, and then attack. So maybe what we saw when he used it against Mario and the Fireballs, that was the same kind of thing.
Except for the fact against Mario, he didn't really jump, did he?
No, he didn't.
That's interesting that it might be his dash attack. I never really thought of that.
Yeah, but what's weird is when he used it against Mario, he did a completely separate attack that was very clearly supposed to be a running attack.
Yeah. So then maybe that jump move is like his over B or something?
Or maybe his A in the air and he just kind of did a short jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
hard to say, yeah.
But along with his release, he got some new screenshots on the Super Smash Bros. Website.
Right, that's true. I forgot about that, actually.
So let's take a look at those, I guess.
So the first one is like Little Mac with some kind of flaming punch move, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And if we take a look at the video, he uses that move before.
So is that his smash attack, or do you think it's like sort of like a Donkey Kong style, like charged up B special thing?
I believe it's a smash attack because when he's using it in the video, he's kind of charging it up, and as you said before, like he didn't take knockback from the from Pit's projectiles and Villager's projectiles, and he's clearly charging it up, and then he does it. But maybe that could like just be something for most of his attacks, because he has that KO meter which has to be charged up as well. So maybe he kind of sacrifices some attack speed and like delay for much stronger attacks, because all of his attacks seem to be very powerful.
Yeah. I guess that super KO punch is probably his B move then, because that.
Yeah, I would say so.
So then the next screenshot, I guess it kind of looks like Little Mac's grab we're seeing.
To me, it almost looks like just his normal combo, like the jabs and then the uppercut. He's kind of like mid uppercut. That's what it looks like to me.
Because it had the kind of like little effect around Mario's thigh.
Oh, it does. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so that makes me think that it's just like a grab.
Yeah, and in the video, we see him grab, and he seems to, when you attack, like with the grab, usually it's pretty slow, unless you're using some characters, but it seems really fast with Little Mac.
Well, oh yeah, where he's like punching Marth, or
Yeah,
jabbing
where
him
he's
in the
punching
stomach.
Marth. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna look at the animation, see if it's like the same kind of animation as we're seeing in the picture.
I don't know if
It doesn't show the actual animation.
yeah, I didn't think it showed us actually doing it. So
No.
the next screenshot after that is kind of boring. It's just kind of him. That's probably like a taunt or something, or an idle animation, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like a weird camera angle just to be him standing. Or
It's
attacking.
probably just to show off like what its face looks like.
Yeah, and kind of demonstrate the power of the Wii U. And just
Yeah.
Well, since it's a really close up, let's just talk about how he looks.
Oh yeah, he's got his shirt's like thing on the edges there.
The collars. And
Yeah, the collar
the
and
lining and stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's got plenty of shading on him and stuff, and shiny boxing gloves.
And if you look on the shirt itself, you can actually see it has like a fabric-y kind of texture.
Yeah,
So they're putting in a lot of detail into this.
yeah, and his hair looks pretty fresh too.
Yeah, and his gloves are shining in the sunlight.
Yes. That probably changes with the lighting too, which will be.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Do you think when you change your costume, what do you think it'll change?
Well, we don't even know that costume changing is around.
Sorry, color change.
Color change. Well, it'll probably just be that. It'll probably just be a color change. Like, well, if there was like sort of a costume like thing, I don't know because I haven't really played the Punch-Out games. Maybe he'll look like the other people, in the game, like the bosses and stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So the next screenshot is like, I don't know. That looks like an uppercut attack against Sonic.
It appears to be his like charge up KO attack.
Oh yeah, because there's all the fancy effects around it. That's definitely not a grab because those effects clearly mark like he's being punched. Sonic's being punched specifically.
And I found that in a lot of these screenshots, it shows him in the boxing ring. And do you think that's coincidence that like they had the boxing ring and then they had Little Mac, or were they planning that from the beginning?
I think they were planning to add, or well, I don't know if they had already added Little Mac from the beginning, or when they started releasing stuff or not, but I think that's definitely not a coincidence. They probably released, like, there are a lot of people asking for Little Mac. I think they released the boxing ring arena just to get people guessing.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really, like, I first thought that this might be, like, the replacement for Final Destination or something. Because we haven't really seen a Final Destination stage. And
No, we haven't.
clearly this is Little Mac's stage, as we've seen now.
I guess it could be Little Mac stage, but I'd say there's still a pretty good chance that it's just a Smash stage. But what is else is interesting in the screenshot is the view that we have on Sonic, and that when he's attacked, you see that he has like better emotions than in Brawl, where he just kind of opened his mouth and looked in pain. Now he kind of has that like classic.
So,
Sonic
like, I'm gonna
smirk.
punch you back sort of thing?
Yeah, he's kind of got that smirk.
A lot of
going on.
a lot of characters have that sort of effect now in this new one. You can notice a lot of more emotion in their faces when they attack and get attacked.
Yeah, I found that pretty apparent in King DDD,
Yeah, I agree.
where he's a character that, from the games and I guess the TV show, he had a lot of, like, he was kind of that
A lot of
fun
charm to
character.
him.
Yeah, he kind of had that DDD charm.
We're kind of running out of time here. We should probably go on to the next screenshot, which is Little Mac floating in what is the Mario Galaxy arena. And I'm guessing he just got, like, launched or something. And this is, like, when he gets, like, when he's flying through the air animation with his, like, crossed eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just probably Sakurai playing with the pictures to make it look like he's floating in space.
Yeah, probably is. But other than that, there's not really much to
No,
say.
yeah, we've already seen this arena, and it doesn't really show too much.
On to the next one.
Yeah, and the next one shows boxing showdown between the Villager and Little Mac.
Yeah.
And boxing arena again. Just because so many of these screenshots and like trailer stuff appear in the boxing arena ring, I find it hard to believe that it's not made especially for Little Mac.
And you know what I noticed? In the background behind Little Mac, it says Punch-Out.
Yeah, it used to say Smash Brothers in like earlier versions. Probably just to cover that up, like that it was. Yeah, so this is definitely a Punch-Out stage. It says Punch-Out right in the background.
Yeah, and on the corner, the turnbuckle, it says WVBA, and I'm not sure what that stands for.
But it's probably Punch-Out related.
It's probably Punch-Out related, so if you know what that means, put it in the comment section.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
So that also confirms that Villager has some kind of boxing glove attack too.
Yeah, that's probably going to be one of his strong attacks, just his like tilting attacks.
Yeah,
I'm expecting.
probably. So the next one is Little Mac doing like sort of a leg sweep, but with his arm, I guess, and then Fox doing like what appears to be his back dodge to avoid it on the battlefield stage. So
I'm kind of thinking this is one of Little Mac's like tilted down attacks. It could be just his just any of them really. Because
one thing that makes me think is that remember like how Luigi's smash attack could be aimed. Maybe he can aim his punches as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of characters could do that. Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, that
and then
seems...
you know what'd be even cooler if he aimed it down, then it would like swipe people off their feet and have like a tripping effect, like the banana or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
And then maybe if he aims it towards their face, they have like a Deku Nut, like knocked out effect. Knocked out effect.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just to fit with the boxing theme.
I feel that Little Mac is going to have one of those things, kind of like Meta Knight did with his tilting up attack in Brawl, where if you keep on pressing it, it kind of opens up into a combo, and I believe he was the only character that could do that, but I think Little Mac is going to have a lot of those.
Yeah, well, being a boxer, you naturally have a lot of combo-based attacks.
Yeah,
like it seems like all his special moves and stuff can be comboed together, from what we've seen in the trailer.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to just really be able to just keep them like kind of paralyzed almost, just keep on attacking them and keep them going.
Which makes me think even more he must have a weakness. He must take more knockback than others.
Yeah, because like what we're seeing, his attacks are really strong, so I don't know.
And he's also really fast too.
Yeah, he is.
So the next screenshot is of the Gigamac Final Smash.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of unclear what's happening, actually. I don't know if this is some sort of, like, Punch-Out related move where he punches them up and then they fall down behind him or something. Or if
I don't know.
Fox is just kind of falling and he's doing a taunt. I don't know.
I feel this picture is really just to show off what the Gigamac Final Smash looks like.
Yeah, probably. And then they've also got Villager and Fox in the background, but it does kind of look like Villager's damaged. I don't know.
Yeah, so that must mean that he hit both of them, or just one at a time.
Well, from what it looks like, it almost looks like he kind of punched them both in the stomach, and then they flew over him and fell behind him or something.
Yeah, and so far I believe this is the third Final Smash that we've seen.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that we've only seen, like, Wii Fit's Final Smash, Samus's, and this one. Like, you'd think we would have seen more than that, but it is kind of nice to know that Final Smash has returned, because I remember talking to you, like, a while ago, and you were saying, well, they might not even make Final Smash's return. That kind of made me sad, but obviously that's not true.
No, and I'm glad that that's not true, because Final Smashes are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they definitely add some fun to the game.
Yeah, they do.
So the next screenshot is the first thing we've actually seen from Little Mac on the 3DS, because I don't think any of the trailer showed anything from 3DS.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't really think we've seen much or any of 3DS gameplay, like, on a video.
No, of just Little Mac, or just entirely?
Entirely. I don't think we've ever seen any video of 3DS.
In the... we did in the main trailer, and we saw 3DS footage in the main trailer and the developer direct trailer. This is the first we've seen Little Mac on the 3DS, and if you compare this to the other close-up picture of Little Mac, it appears to be one connected taunt, where I predict that the 3DS one is kind of, he goes back to that, and then the Wii U is kind of mid-punch, and he kind of just punches forward.
I think I know what you mean. I don't know. Like, you're thinking that, like the Wii U version is the first part of his taunt, and then he kind of finishes in the 3DS picture pose? Is that what you're trying to say?
I kind of think that it starts in the 3DS, and he kind of, like, winds back in a punch, and then he punches, and just...
Oh, and then he pulls back, and then that's what it looks like afterwards.
Sure.
Is that what you're trying to say? Well, if his taunt is indeed a punch, which makes sense being a boxer, do you think it'd be like Luigi's taunt where it would hurt people?
It might. I don't know. From the angle that we see on the Wii U, it almost looks like he's punching just forward towards the camera. So, I don't know.
Yeah. And then the last screenshot is, again, from the 3DS. Usually we get two from the 3DS and the rest of the Wii U. And it's Pikachu, Little Mac, and Olimar looking off in the distance in the 3DS Battlefield stage.
Yeah.
Again, not really much is shown except for the comparison of Little Mac to the other characters' sizes.
Yeah. And surprisingly, he appears to be one of the shorter characters, actually.
He's only, like, slightly taller than Pikachu standing up. And, you know, Olimar's jumping. But he's only smaller, or only slightly taller than some of the smallest characters in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Well, he is called Little Mac. So,
Yeah,
I guess that concludes everything, then.
Yeah, wraps it up.
So, this is endlesszersoul. That was Dragstart.
Hey.
Dragstart has a channel, too. You can watch that, I guess. Once you're busy watching everything I have, of course. Okay, so this has been endlesszersoul. Thank you for watching. We'll have probably some more Smash-related content in the future. So if you're excited for Smash, which who isn't, but if you're especially excited for Smash like me, then expect more Smash stuff. And see y'all later.